that you talk to every single day, that you sleep with on the phone, because she's going through a lot of things, and the only way that she can sleep is if she knows that you're on the other side of the phone. And you could do that every single night for the past 4 months. And all of a sudden, it's silence.
Oh, well, we all know now that Manti Te'o's girlfriend was fake. Poor guy. But the pain of getting scammed online is actually very real. So we brought in Butler from the Imagevision to tell us what should be a red flag when we are looking to date online. Good morning, Mitch. How are you?
Good morning, Courtney.
Now, lots of people are turning to online with all of these sites, whether it's like Match or eHarmony or even just Facebook. I think of the show Catfish, where, you know, on MTV, where people think that they have this real relationship and they want to go see if there's something there, but it's a place that people can really get scammed.
Absolutely. Not just emotionally, but financially. And there are many signs that you can look for to hopefully vet out being scammed online on dating sites.
And I've seen these signs that you're going to share with us and we're going to share with you, and they seem really obvious, but why do you think in that moment people are so blinded that these red flags are waving in their face, but they don't see them?
Well, I think it's a saying that we may all have heard is common sense is not so common. Ooh. And it's these red flags that when you're emotionally wrapped up in looking for love, I think we look past the red flags. Okay,
so one of the first red flags that you say is when someone is too quick to profess love.
Correct.
Perhaps without even meeting them in person.
Absolutely, because a lot of times online scams, they work from people who say they're out of country. They might profess to be in the military, and they start a dialogue, and one of the other signs is if they want you to immediately get off the dating site to communicate by IM or some other platform that's on the internet.
Okay, now another sign, and this seems too obvious, their photo just looks too good, like they're just too attractive. Ladies are laughing in here because it's like, why would I think, oh, well, this guy, if he's too good to be true and he's too handsome to be true, he probably is.
Probably is.
Darn it.
Right, and that's where if the photo looks like a glamour shot from a magazine, you know, and
so that guy that I met online probably isn't really an Abercrombie and Fitch or Calvin Klein model?
Well, for you, being in New York in fashion, maybe.
So if their photo looks too good, they probably are too good to
Probably
be true.
are.
Okay, now something that you mentioned also is they claim to be a U.S. citizen that is working overseas. Why would that maybe be a red flag?
Well, if they use, say, a persona of being in the military, there's a little bit, again, of an emotional pull of, let me help this guy out. Oh, he's overseas. Maybe he's hit a hardship that he has shared. And so it's one of those emotional tugs at the heart that says, let me help.
And would you say that people do that because they then want to create this empathy, and then they want to create this sense of you feel sorry for them, and then you pour your heart out to them, and it's a way to get them that they kind of slide in and trick you?
Right. And along the catfish, you get someone on the hook and on the line, and then you start reeling them in.
Got it. Okay. Now, another thing, and I've seen this on this Catfish show on MTV, is they make plans to visit, but then suddenly some tragic event happens out of nowhere that they can't come see you.
And then that's when they ask for money to help them. And because of the process of the constant communication, there's that emotional tug of, oh, okay, I'll help you out this time, and then you start making plans for that next trip.
Is it not just a red flag that they've never met this person in person?
Absolutely.
Why would that not be a red flag to somebody, that they're like, wow, I'm dating a guy and he's in love with me and he's asking for money, but I've never held his hand and I've never met him in person? Why would people not register
Well, also
that?
think about a large percentage of the demographic of the online dating scams are aimed at an older crowd. So maybe someone who's gone through a divorce, or they're a widower or a widow, and they're out looking for a connection, so maybe they're not that familiar with how the internet works. So there's a lot of newness in their life that they may not recognize those red flags.
And then one of your last tips was, obviously, if they're asking for money to travel to see you, or for bills, hello, big red flag.
Big red flag. Correct.
So many great tips. Thank God I don't have to date online. This sounds like exhausting. And of course, you can see this segment again with Mitch by heading to our website. You can find that at thebroadcasttv.com. So many great tips. Okay, when we come back, we are in the kitchen with our favorite, Chef Garth. He's talking about a new show that is debuting today right after ours. And he's cooking, of course. You'll want to stick around for that. It smells good in here.